Hi, good morning. So, this is the next day following my pre-op appointment yesterday with my orthopedic surgeon for my right hand's CMC arthroplasty down here. And the visit went well. Nice man. So, we exchanged professional, what am I trying to say? Anyway, I let him know that I was a former Sawbones myself, and so that usually establishes a little bit more personal rapport between me and another practitioner. So we did that, and then, so I'm all clear for surgery a week from today, which is going to be in Portland, Oregon at a surgery center. And Tammy's going to take me over there and bring me back and listen to my, post-anesthesia nonsense. I almost had him talked into doing a second procedure on the same hand. And if you've ever kind of like just given up total authority to a healthcare practitioner before, I want to tell you this. So I had emailed, my Medicare Advantage plan is through Kaiser Permanente here in the Pacific Northwest. And so I had emailed the orthopedics department after I was approved for surgery, and I said, hey, I'd like to have my third finger, the distal phalangeal joint here, the interphalangeal joint, because it has severe arthritis in it. It's very painful. I have chronic tendonitis in this finger. And just like this finger was done 5 years ago, that joint needs to be fused here. And so what I got back was a message saying she'd checked with the scheduler had checked with the doctor, and he said he didn't want to do it at the same time. So that was one of my questions yesterday. So when I asked him about why he wouldn't consider a second procedure at the same time, since I was already out, my arm was already numb. At first he said that it was going to interfere with my recovery, occupational and physical therapy of the thumb. And then he just looked at me. And I could tell he was thinking it through. And so I just looked back. And he just said, actually, I can't think of a reason why we shouldn't do it. And so he would never have come to that point if I hadn't pushed the idea and asked him to defend his position. I asked him if it was because of an increased risk of infection. He said no. And that's when he looked at me and considered it for about 20 seconds. And then said, yeah, we could do that. The only problem being, because it was scheduled a week away, they might not have room in the surgical schedule to complete it. So when I left my appointment, I emailed the scheduler and I said, hey, he said we could go ahead and do this if there's room on the schedule that day. And she got back to me a little bit later and said there's no more extra room. So I'm still just having the right CMC joint arthroplasty without the joint fusion in my third finger, which I desperately need. And it's only because she told me that we can schedule you for both at the same time, but I'd have to put off this surgery for another month. And in the final analysis, I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to have my surgery on the CMC joint next Wednesday, and we'll see. However, there's a PS to this story, and that is that I dreamed last night that I got a call today. In my dream, I was future dreaming, I guess, that I would get a call today. And in that call, the surgery scheduler said, you know what, we had a slot cancel for next Wednesday, and now we do have time to do both procedures. So, crooked fingers are crossed, and hopefully that comes true today. Maybe it was just wishful thinking during REM sleep. I don't know. But anyway, I am ready to go forward. And I did find out that I didn't have to wash my entire body with Hibiclens for 3 days, only the arm itself. So that's good. And one last thing, I apologize for the mad scientist hair today. Yeah, I'm just getting going this morning. So what you get is what you get. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.